running all under carefully, also the strategy and the CEO, and is planning and vetting complaint. Uh, I overdo justice despite understanding for my director, via Oshti, your store manager, and via our director, all is appear for economic accession typings to India, also now in the East. Okay, quick. I had to cut down the slide 66 slides to finally 6 hour justice, but in 66 will be too much here, pass. So my request was economic growth potential of South Arabian Spell. We always started with our vision for our spelling. I'm so after on this. There you go. So the vision of this spell is a city of excellence and opportunity and resource. This keep it conditional. The mission statement for us are grow the formal and for purposes, promote innovation and attract sustainable investment as well as create safe and healthy communities in our area. Guiding principles are responsive, efficient, effective, visibility, ethical, accountable, and transparent, competent with a long-term view, innovative and hope to change, human rights, cultural diversity, and social cohesion. Whereas we need to commit first. Our strategic focus areas are on community collaboration, economics, financial, institutional ability, innovation, safety, and services. Just to elaborate on that, uh, fostering a community development, love them integration, empowerment, community. That's for the community collaboration one. For economy, exploring a diverse economy through investment, growing current and new business, and creating sustainable jobs. For financial institutional viability, as providing cost-effective services with financial institutional sustainability. And for innovation, it's promoting innovation and modern technology to enhance service delivery and increase opportunities. The fifth one being safety, which is implement interventions to the community safety, harnessing and intensifying collaboration with mandated sectors to safe flows. And then the last, like here for services, provide reliable, affordable basic services in the area. As you know, we have about five coastal towns: Saldanha, Langebaan, Saint Helena, Port Northern, and Sparges. Big overview of the area. You never know it already. Our area covers 2,015 square kilometers. Our local economy is rather open what put in that. We are a regional motor for development in the Western Cape outside Cape Town. The other point, like it's the port, is the largest natural port in the southern hemisphere. We'll speak to that. I'll speak to that later. Just our overview of economic indicator scoring for our area in terms of the full-time equivalent of jobs. This stuff per time. Late salary you could get us for 2022. So just for obvious reasons, we know Flintburg and so that has the most jobs in that sectors. So Banamet up for fish. Flintburg is a general public administration. Unjuka, Kankuka. Second, and the other guys at towns that follow here, St. Helena, also which is predominantly fishing and obviously Langebaan on the tourism side. You have to be up by and our few big house did our smaller towns and Paternoster also tourism related, but the three major ones, Finland, Saldanha and Langebaan. Yeah, it's just indication of on the FTM side the language. This is a quick launch. Top one, we have the video population estimates that were done at the end of last year. That were from 2010 indicates our population at around 130,000. Some argue that that's That's much more. Actually, not much more, but it's more. Yeah. Also standing about 40,000 to several 40,000 ourselves. Just on our largest three sectors contributors to GDP 2023 was finance and insurance and real estate, number 21%, agricultural, forestry, and fishing, obviously, take up the return in that area, 3%, manufacturing, not a big one. Used to fill in the gaps besides that. That slide, that was other smaller ones or medium ones, but medium and small ones, if fill up the gaps with other percentages. Why do we have it to or to be off to native social personal services? I mean, transport, storage, communication. Uh, so let's get these stats for exports. The three main exporting products on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side is okay, guys, to take up the exports is you like to say the auto service in 7%, Canada at 0.3%, and Bolivia at 2.3%. For imports, that is citing under the end side is the fleet of products, and that would then be imports from Taiwan at around about 52, resort to December the third drop, same China is dropping off, you see. Maar tussen stands on this, I could touch on their own footing on this. In terms of economic potential and strategic sectors, green hydrogen and renewable energy is now the buzz. So, uh, green energy and hydrogen and renewable energy is now because at the forefront. Way being through without planning back up. We see a lot of inquiries in this route. We've got currently now an application approved for the big back of soda one actually. But on the grid hydrogen, there is quite a few guys sticking to our Freeport's Saldanha in terms of establishing electronized on the grid hydrogen side. I think there's people, about 2 or 3 people. We've got one side, the Freeport, which is I just said area. There'll be a lot of movement in this scene. Hopefully come in future on the hydrogen. On the solar farm expansions, there is now, if we look through one, I've mentioned those through on our recently, which spans 37 hectares. It's just behind the Longacres side, was between Longacres and the Bestos around. That one is around about 47 hectares of solar panels. So it's quite a lot. We've got now currently 2 applications in the system by us, so both dramatic, one if you call it dramatic, is the one just adjacent to Outfield. That one is 2,924. So I think quest to around about 2 million panels for that one. That one is in process. It's no decision you paid on that one. We'll cross it which we get there. At the Bolizet intersection of where the old White Bridge was, it's got R35 and in R7. So Saldanha is not current in the system now. That was running at 285 hectares. So that's the third solar farm in Ontario. But obviously the one in Oakville is that's around type of size and different deal. See the comparison compares 2,900 versus 285. So though there is one that is currently approved at the moment, that's not the aware that the process currently kept the solar farms. The wind farms you know about got 2 established ones, to Moya offload, and we've got Restos by HEC in Fimburg, simply the side. There's no new wind farm applications currently on our tables for it. Yeah, more now on the solar side. The solar super coupled to the King Andrews that the King actually stuff gold on it in it. Alright. You guys are aware of our special economic zone, which is the Freeport Saldanha, which has been up and running was established for some time now. They just in terms of study group recently approved by Europe. We've got was last or about a year before we've approved a refined fuel storage for a facility, but that then is in the vicinity of a location of 160,000 square cubic SD. We've approved a sector like in the vicinity of 90,000 square. Just that the RDZ are now also at they speak to what investors at government some of the stuff further to obviously both series are on their side the structures. We will now in close proximity to trade routes that all comes in. I'll speak to port advantages afterwards. Just on the westward airstrip, we are on good airstrip between Jacobs Bay and Saldanha. It's a smallish mark. There is quite a well, there's been over the years more skills inquiries into the expansion of that but it's on our side, right? Based on so there's quite big proposals to see. It's a far-fetched or not, but there is quite interest in that. Our challenge with that is the policies, but of the land surrounding it. Actually, the years past, I just cut off board packages, boys, idiot for the his that full terms of dictation of policies. So, in the expansion, we would be to get acquiring extra land around that facility. I did the decision that Jacobs by Saldanha like the section is actually identified in our so special freak for regional will know that at the section to comment on a future article was a video that will let cat let's get away from scenarios where there are these great specific sports here. Thus the better surrounding is it should be a comments on that. So that be as a eventually budget consensus respect to the regional within center at that intersection. But besides that, we took the echo then and work at it and so that the activities and the opening at it so the activities will be the industries are established that are social that would be the just the medic port services the or exports, sugar cane or gas logistics. That's people old and free code industrial manufacturing is which being big in Saldanha, steel, startup with rockboard, and probably got used for that. Now they have been active in the background with a blue. Now recently for them, group minder social facility for them and they look at that as a status implement, but the proper as these before they file but in the end storage facility that shows that these appears for computers. They also have a connect I am here that basically strong like of wind turbine construction. Looking at so they are looking at other alternatives part sort of matrix between the East Coast and Monica actually on top of JD like that straight for energy applications. And they are due to the options that they create energy OSI. The and again in the reports I've spoke to the about that that's the wind farms and the use what they solar fishing and aquaculture. We've fortunate not only to have a free portal, I think also have a big set aquaculture. So Ghana. Tourism conservation. It's to us it's the West Coast prestige area. If you want, it's focused on the West Coast for tourism and holiday accommodation. Yeah, that's a ongoing thing. We also have a lot of applications for gas times is busy. So yeah, so that's good for us. Mining, we some people have to ice. Is quite a few set of cents buying strategies between script and sorry, up so if so yeah. So it's quite a few sand mining and so this Finberg and say the humanity I probably had on Kickstarter and the look and I'm the step matter of I for saying no new sand mining applications got it. But besides sand mining, some aggregate, we've got two big facilities operating here, limestone, Saldanha, empty sand, phosphate, got one big mine, outflow facility, and there's quite a few prospecting the super intense phosphate in FPL, no formal prospect applications. No matter the prospecting applications to like it is in the feasibility service of finish. They need to apply to us for prospecting acts if they do see it. That's why what so by mining application. The max actual term is the PDF coupled the mining did source. At this stage, we believe our phosphate gives both the understanding around the guys, but the same can be circles a psyche or who's also one it's that says we add times in that episode. Which it must have does up does speak some stop. What? Oh, sorry. The next science sections are open of the port infrastructure day and their capacities. The carbon type on the left hand side for the iron ore capacities, what they've had, break bulk, liquid bulk, the total operations and the fabrications size. Maybe just on this one, on the slide in the bottom left hand side, those colors denote the green bay established facilities in our area, the parish, the out increase stability stage, and the pinkish color is up as it got concentrates. This gives you an idea of what is happening around in that port area, but that's just a small step. In the later side, I'm actually going to show you a bigger area, which we've identified it now, especially for like that. So isn't that sanity an idea what is actually the then? This is sense on the port, and this is the strategic advantage. Has a potential that is not just a rental Manila potential, it's also evolving to a multi-sector gateway connecting natural resources to various global markets. Well, we know it's the largest and deepest natural port in the Southern Hemisphere, 1.5 meters with draft. They can accommodate very large good carriers, and they launched this location to the free port. It speaks to their focus areas, which is maritime and oil and gas at the freeboard. So it's that synergy between the port and the Saldanha Freeport. Well, we've just included this slide. This is sort of Sadeco, so offshore support base that is they basically want a concession from the TMPA to develop a offshore support base facility at Saldanha. In terms of key offerings, core infrastructure with key site operations for loading and unloading, pipe storage and coating, and marine fuel and lube facilities, lending, and fabrication facilities. As I said, we not be fortunate not to only have the free port in terms of the industrials and then eco development. They recorded production of about 400 tons. It was 200 and something to just over 2,500 in the respective years of 2021 to 2022 and 2023. Is we have as many a cool market that they cater for, but it's mostly an external market that they look at, and that is United States, Serbia, Singapore, Mozambique as well as Mauritius. Just in terms of up-and-coming infrastructure and revitalization, the small Albus revamp, that is the revamp of Sekidinalba and Saldanha in terms of investment from the state. So the port extension is ongoing over the years. Port has identified the uh, key infrastructure upgrades on their side over the years and also in the future. On the right-hand side, uh, just the stacks. So we've on the smart city initiative as an initiative of Saldanha Municipality that we have enveloped up. That's also similar to the fiber project that Municipality has. It has additional infrastructure besides the noble water, electricity, sewage tanks with additional funding source and municipality terms. It can be such, but not less a funding source. It's also a economic uh, get to that would be that in place now. Road network upgrades have taken place on Kunchal Cup, which is I've seen the interchange on the R27, R45. That's all. They've done upgrades to various road networks. The freight route and freight route is primarily geared up getting road freight out from the Freeport, uh, go east. In there, they are upgrades still obtaining for circle by Saldanha was proposed. Those upgrades also the next circle upgrade is the Saldanha Yakus by intersection by the airport. That should come. On the Freeport, I just focus on what the sector focus areas are. Is sector focus areas are maritime and energy. I've mentioned before they can any fuel solutions that we've recently approved by the green hydrogen. They are looking and sticking to two or three possible companies or investors on their side. Yeah, they key advantages on port, our strategic location, close proximity to Cape Town, got the port, that brings us to exports, also the stakes and centers, establishing the free port. That advantage to others, the infrastructure, yes. The infrastructure has been provided at the hotel. Not only in terms of the roads, but there's also been massive investment in our upgrades, sewage works in Saldanha, as well as the reservoirs in Sans complicated behind Oryx, specific name. But there's been massive capital investment in other infrastructure investments just besides the road. So the free port, the services are in place for their own designated area. That's the advantage for that. Just on our initiatives on the smart city and our 5 structure vision. We have pioneered what you call a participative smart city initiative, which is aimed at creating a digitally connected and resilient stable environment. We have been looking at some of those initiatives are intelligent metering and infrastructure management. So on the safety side, it's traffic systems, CCTV, and public safety norms. Looking at these AI, intelligent cameras for safety. Uh, we've got quite a few. I believe some you must be on our mobile applications ultimately use or apps. On the education side is also initiatives on education side. The benefits, some of the gains with benefits necessarily. And then just on the project success on that with the there's been 650 uh, uh, kilometers of fiber laid down between the various towns and internal towns. That has been done in a record time of 12 months. The around about 31,000 nodes are connected to fiber. uh, 22,000, just over 20, sorry, just over 22,000 activated clients in terms of fiber. Before this, when you call the Baobab, for broadband project penetration was 11%. After the penetration was starting at 32%. Growth in GDP has got to 8.42%. So we see this as support to economic development, the fiber project. Okay, get to my town planning perspective. The research has indicated that the place, which is our Bible for the municipality, that is how we was the vision of municipality, our big couple budgets uh, to fiscal municipality. So this law special development framework designs a special vision for RBC towns grow and between those towns, what happens between those towns. What just for a quick overview, is recently approved the latest legislation to the Antwerp in May of this year. So you have a hierarchy of towns. On the right hand side, you've got Finburg ranked at a 1 for obvious reasons. Saldanha ranked as a 1. We've identified the port as also as a 1 for its potential. I'll speak now to that before it speaks to the one on the left hand side there. Langeman at a 2, not a development that side. It's developed for the years now. And in the smaller towns at 3s and 4s later on. So the idea of the spatial vision of the town, of the area is that eventually the idea, and it's been coming on since the early 80s, and which, let's say, is that's all done, I think we will go to each other eventually over years. So now in the next 100 years, the idea is that these two towns go to each other. If on that dispersed growth in a direction from Twinwood towards Ekelina, and you meant dispersed growth in a direction from Patikos, from Twinwood to Patikos. The two focus areas being the southern extrember, and that actually becomes full circle in terms of that triangle, that white cap there is also to copy that set and some aggregate facility is up there. So obviously don't be developed with situated there. So that's that courage everything that grows between southern and framework, that bump up area goes. So I'm going to speak to there. Okay, so what we've got on this, we've identified this area, what we now call the science of industrial area. It's a greater industrial extension area back of port. So this is a zooming of that area. This area does not get tracked from what we've got as normal light industrial areas uptowns. You've got your normal stuff happening in your towns, and that's support in the towns. This area is focused at your bigger than like industries. So dan still sort of goes. Those type of facilities. So this area has been said because if obviously the piece also not just not setting this stuff, for a few times. These stuff have to be set out further. There's a reason for that. It's close proximity to not keeping pace. There's reasons for this. It's close proximity to Esfoseraxi, but if freight route running up there, you've got your railway line come through the port, where the port is this area makes sense in terms of this location. Just to fill on the gaps, that Besakis kilometers area was a full part of 6,447 hectares. It's massive. The area later developed being that areas with that was that skill. See, that was the same field site, but the future stuff. We first meant if I see also first met adam professor Tembulialas, that's so. I say bit suppose yeah. Okay. So this represents that 686, which is clear. Area retect axis. So it is really at then I received that was my story. The logo page was what you need to the area with a dasilo it set out or yet sticks by the Cardo books here. So this is actually but files no this is a pipe check the this is a great area was extra comes up even Struival boys, state areas. So approach this event take place. With that, I would go project only you make with all these economic reasons. So if we subtract that upper area of, subtract the developed area of, is was an area that the about first way to look at offset. If you go into that area, you have to find offsets to replace it. That areas ratios for that vary. It's not like for maths, so it's the offsets of the wall. But the idea set at opgezet for the actors. So it is was an area left out of 2008 seasons. That's of how we say about this bigger, it big dust real. In terms of words that kind of what the band of affiliated there, there's a few searches accepting of yeah, upgraded notes and they put around with that's a chill really while they books. Also, put in the day. Summits that we audibly to use at facility. And 20 and one that 295 the active episode circuits at century there. That's like and then it there's obviously interest and these kind of say interest from possible testers currently nothing submitted by us, but we need to provide the vision in the direction of growth. That's this area. And I think that's my Ross slide and next. Thank you.